my money on Kate.
Hey babes, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Amaya Soleil, and today I'm back with another video. And as y'all can tell by the title, I'll be installing this wig by Tinashe hair and telling y'all a story time about how I almost got jumped. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow all my social medias down in the description box, and let's get into this unboxing. Okay, so first, as you can see, they basically gave me a card with the information on it, and inside was hair care tips. Here, they gave me a blue edge brush and comb. They also gave me 2 blue clips, and they gave me a wig cap that's closest to my skin complexion. I love that they took note of that. They also gave me some lashes, and these lashes are actually cute. I think I'm gonna use them. And last but not least, they gave me a blue comb. Okay, actually, this is the last one. They gave me a blue bonnet too. I think they know that my favorite color is blue. Thank you so much for paying attention. This is how the wig looks. It is 24 inches. It is body wave, and it's 200% density. That's what the lace look like. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's HD lace because it melts it, baby. But now let's get into the story time. Yeah, I don't use a wet cap, but I still got my edges. Anyway, on to the story time. This took place when I was in 11th grade. I was still in high school, and I was actually going to a high school in New York. This is the same year where all of that drama with E happened. Yeah. I was super antisocial in the school because at my previous school, all of my friends were super fake. That's when I realized that people were super fake, and I was going through a whole lot. So I only had 2 friends at this school in New York, and I just had to put that out there. So when y'all be like, well, Amaya, how did this happen? Where was your friends at? Baby, I only had 2, and it was like 6 girls. So we was all finna get jumped either way. But regardless, let me tell you how all of this popped off. And it's gonna sound so stupid because I thought it was stupid. And I was in 11th grade and I knew it was stupid back then. I'm a child and I know it's stupid, and it really had to be stupid. Alright, so boom, I said it was like 6 girls, but it was like a ringleader, and we're gonna name her T. So we're gonna just start calling them T and them girls. So T and them girls, they was like always fighting. They was always in drama. It was always something with them. Like everybody knew them in the school, and if one was fighting, all of them was fighting. If one was fighting one-on-one, if she touched the ground, they all was the type to jump in. I don't do none of that jumping stuff. I'll break it up just because I hate it. I feel like that's weak. But T and them girls rolled like that. So it was the beginning of the school year. Me and E was fresh on our little relationship. Everything was going good. And me, E, and one of my friends had sat at this specific lunch table, but we all sat on one side, so the other side was still, cheers was available. So T and them girls had walked up like, hey, can we sit there? And we was like, yeah, like we ain't had no problem with T and them girls. Actually, T and them girls had gotten to a fight with some other girl in 10th grade, and I didn't like that girl that T and them girls had fought, and I had recorded a little bit of it, and T ended up, hitting me up on Facebook like, you got the video. I sent the video, and after that we was real like semi-cool. We was acquaintances, like high and by in the hallway. So what made T and them girls want to start getting rowdy with Amaya? I have no clue, but T and them girls was on one. So T and them girls is sitting on one side of the lunch table, and me and my boyfriend and my friend is sitting on the other side of the table. We really didn't talk that much, but it wasn't no beef. So it was like that for a couple of weeks. T and her friends, they was talking on their side of the table. Me, E, and my friend, we was talking on our side of the table. It was no beef. It was no drama. But mind you, I never ate school lunch at this school. At my schools in Maryland, I used to eat school lunch because it was actually good. But in New York, it seemed like they feed their kids jail food. Like, I literally mean, they would say, oh, it's pizza for lunch today. And the pizza would be a piece of bread with melted cheese and pepperonis on top. That ain't pizza. That's what you feed the inmates. And we ain't inmates. We just here to learn. So I would never eat that food because I just knew I was going to go home out or throw it up. I wasn't trusting it. I wasn't trusting no pizza that looked like that. So I ain't never ate school lunch, right? Now, for a whole couple of weeks up until this point, I haven't been eating school lunch. Everybody at the table will go up and get in line and get their school lunch, but me. Why today T decided to say, acting too bougie to eat school lunch? Mind you, I'm the only one at the table without a tray. I'm the only one not munching on this fake ass pizza that they give it. So when I heard that, I got to laughing. I got to giggling. That keek, because it's hilarious. When call me bougie or when niggas call me bougie, I usually take that as a compliment because obviously you see something in me that you don't got. And I appreciate that. But I also didn't say anything because of the way T said it. Me and T sat right next to each other at this lunch table. Although most of her friends shared the left side of the table, and me and my friends, we was on the right side of the table. Me and her sat right next to each other because we all sitting at one table. But she turned to her group of friends and said it like out in the open, like indirectly, like she was on Facebook or she was on Instagram sneak dissing me or something. And I ain't respect that. How about you turn to me and be like, "Oh, girl, you think you too bougie to eat school lunch?" Then you would get some type of reaction. But other than that, I just laughed because I felt very honored. Honestly, it boosted my ego. It made me feel super good. It boosted my self-confidence. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I just laughed. And for the rest of that lunch period, T and them girls ain't say nothing else after that. So we was cool. But let me tell y'all about another incident. So I guess because T and them girls ain't like me, of course my friend is my friend, so they ain't like my friend either. So boom, like I told y'all, everybody gets school lunch except for me. And while you up there in the line, after you come out the line, you got your tray of food. It's like a condiment stand where they got hot sauce and ketchup and all of this and all of that. So my friend told me that she went to grab the hot sauce bottle, but T friend snatched it from her real quick and she used the hot sauce first. And I asked my friend what she did, and my friend said she ain't do nothing. But I was like, you know what? It ain't me. But if it was me, some words would have been exchanged. Now, I can ignore you calling me bougie because obviously I take stuff like that as a compliment. But if you see me reaching for a hot sauce bottle and you go out your way to take it from me, all right, now it's the problem, stinky pooty doody. But after that, they wasn't really saying nothing or doing nothing weird to us for at least a couple weeks. Until this one time, my other friend who sat at a different table, all his friends had got suspended or they didn't come to school that day. So he was sitting at the table by himself. So he invited me and my friend to go over there and sit with him. So we was like, fine, forget it. At this point, me and E, we was going through our stuff. I was breaking up with him. He wasn't trying to let me break up with him and all of this and all of that. So I was like, fine, I'll go over there and sit with you, Pooh. So we went over there and we sat with him and that was cool. And then the next day, we returned back to our table because his friends had came back. Why? T had the nerve to say, oh, B's need to stop flip-flopping the table. Or what? Or what? Or what? Or what? What you gonna do? And again, she turned to her side of the table and said that in the air. In the air. She didn't turn to us and say, if y'all gonna leave our table, y'all can't come back. She ain't take our chairs and move them to a different table. She ain't stop us from sitting there. So again, it got ignored because if it ain't directed, it ain't respected. But at this point, I have been ignoring because I'm honestly not bothered. Y'all not bothering me. Ain't nobody really doing nothing, so I'm not bothered. But I start coming to the conclusion that these little stuff that they doing, they thinking they doing something. They thinking they bullying somebody, and I ain't like that. So at this school, for some reason, they dismissed us by table like we was in kindergarten. So my table had got dismissed, and for some reason, T and them girls, they was taking forever to like get out the aisleway. So me and my friend couldn't move through. So I bumped one of T's friends, the same friend that had snatched the hot sauce from my friend and kept it moving. They ain't do nothing. They ain't say nothing. They ain't do nothing. The rest of the school day, they ain't do nothing. We had lunch the next day. They ain't say nothing. Nothing. So, honestly, I'm going on about my business. I'm not even really worried about T and them girls for real. Because y'all got to keep in mind, I'm going through what all I'm going through with E. He over here being a psychopath. I'm not even thinking about teeing them girls like that. They honestly not bothering me as much as E is bothering me. My main focus right now at this point in time is getting E to leave me alone because he was going crazy. He was going psycho. I wasn't really thinking about teeing them girls. I got enough on my plate. But I guess T ain't forget. T ain't forgetting. She kind of got me a little bit in the hallway, but as always, she really wasn't on nothing. So I was in U.S. history. I forgot what it was called, but it was like U.S. history regents class or something like that because I had already passed U.S. history in Maryland, but I didn't take the regents test for it in New York. So for some reason, they had me in that class like I was a dummy. And my mom had already told me that she was thinking about taking that job back in Maryland so we could move back to Maryland. So I wasn't really paying too much attention in this class because I'm thinking, well, we don't have regents in Maryland. So why would I pay attention in this class when I already passed U.S. history in Maryland and I don't have to take the regents for U.S. history in Maryland? So I was talking to this girl, honestly distracting this poor girl from her work, but I was talking to her and she told me, she was like, yo, eyelash lifting. I'm like, my eyelash lifting? I said, hey, teacher, can I go to the bathroom? He was like, yeah, I ain't had to use the bathroom, but I needed to check on my lash. So I go to the bathroom. I'm looking in the mirror. Ain't nothing wrong with my lash. My lash not even lifting. I had a side part and it was like part of my hair was weighing down one side of my lashes, so it looked like it was leaning a little bit, but I couldn't do nothing to fix it because at the end of the day, my hair is still gonna fall over my lash. So it is what it is until I get home and get new lashes. So I ain't gonna lie, I took a couple pictures, took a couple videos on Snapchat, because who wanted to go right back to class? But anyway, I had left out the bathroom. I started walking down this hallway, and then it turned into another hallway. And I ain't gonna lie, as I was walking down the new hallway that I'm in, I did see T. And it was like the way that we was walking was, we was on going to eventually pass each other. Like she was walking towards the bathroom, I was walking from the bathroom. So I was walking on one side of the hallway. She was walking on the other side of the hallway because, you know, you always walk to the right. I seen her, but I ain't think she was on nothing. She ain't been on nothing this whole time. So I just start texting on my phone, start responding back to my messages. All of a sudden, I feel somebody bump me. And y'all know me, I ain't going. I can ignore the bougie comments. I can ignore you being indirect all day, but I'm not finna ignore you bumping me, bitch. So I turn around like, bitch. And she was like, get out my way. I was like, nah, ho, you was in my way. She was like, so what you want to do? I was like, what's up? And she was like, okay, I'll see you next period. Mind you, I'm already feeling like she's scary because next period is the only class me and her had together, which was gym. And of course, all of her friends had gym with us as well. So it's given you need a crowd to fight me. When it was only me and you in this hallway, when you bumped me, when you was talking tough, you was tough enough to bump me. But now you want me to wait till next period so you got your friends to back you up when we fight? Nah, we could have fought one-on-one in this hallway when nobody was around. I'm talking about it was no hall monitors, no principals, no staff, no teachers, no students, nothing. Nobody was in that hallway but me and you. And if you wanted to show somebody that we fought, you could have set up your phone and we could have just started scrapping and you would have had the video right then and there. But no, you're going to tell me wait till next period? It was definitely giving scary, but it was what it was. I'll wait till next period. So I go back to U.S. history and I sit in my seat. I hadn't even been sitting in my seat for maybe 3 minutes. And I get a text for some boy talking about some, you gonna fight T? You about to fight T? I'm like, how you know that? And he gonna tell me because T and them girls was going in and out of everybody's classrooms talking about some, where am I at? Where am I at? Where she at? Where she at? What's up? Where she at? I want to fight. Where she at? Where she at? Mind you, T, you putting on a show because like I just told y'all, that hallway that I was in, it leaded right to my class. And I was almost to my class when this little whole altercation had popped off. So she watched me walk into my class. You know exactly where I'm at. Why you putting on a show? So when I peeped, she had rounded up all her girls and I only had 2 friends. And my one friend, she don't fight. And the other friend that do fight, she was at her boyfriend's house. She had skipped school to be at her boyfriend's house. So it was really just me. So I called up my sisters. Because one thing about it, thanks to my daddy, he don't have multiple sisters. And I'm the baby. I'm the youngest. So I got about 6, 7, 8 sisters to your 6, 7 friends. And we all down to fight. So I ended up calling my dad first. Like, Dad, these girls about to try to jump me. I'm already knowing because I knew that if me and T was going to fight one-on-one, I was going to win. And once she hit the floor, I knew all her friends was finna jump in and try to come save her. So I was like, Dad, these girls is trying to jump me. Like, I'm going to need you to, like, call my sisters. I'm going to need y'all to come up here. Like, all y'all need to come up in here because after I fight her, I know I'm finna get suspended and I'm going to need a ride home. So, Dad, just pull up. So he was like, call your sisters. I'm in the middle of doing something right now. I'm going to come pick you up after y'all fight or whatever. But you got to call your sisters first. If this about to happen right now, you got to call your sisters now. So I call all my sisters. They're like, oh, we on our way. Bet. When I tell you, it was maybe 15 minutes left in that period before we had to go to gym. And my sisters was already calling me, like, in between passing time, like, we outside, come open the side door. So I come open the side door and it's only a couple of my sisters. And the last one we was waiting on, she had rode by herself because they wasn't in the same place when I had texted them. So we waiting on the last one before we go to this gym and everything start popping off because we ain't want to leave my one sister outside. So my one sister finally come, we let her in the side door and it just started clicking that we got to walk into the gym and my gym teacher is going to know that they don't go to this school. They're not in this class and they don't go to the school. So I send my friend in who don't fight to tell them in the locker room to come outside and we could fight in the hallway. I'm going to have to do a part 2, but this was a great quality wig. I love the lace. I love the hair. It definitely was true to length. Definitely true to length. This was not 24 inches. It was given like 28. The curls also held really, really well. I did this simple, no edge, no part look because I had to hurry up and turn this promo in. It was almost past due, but I do want to wear this exact wig and do a different style on it. So I did something really quick. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow all my social media down in the description box. Also, make sure to like for part 2. I will do another part 2 and another wig install video. So stay tuned for what else is going to pop off. I ended up getting manhandled by a security guard. Like, it was a whole lot of. Make sure you like for part 2, and I definitely recommend this hair to you all. It was easy to work with. Thank you to Tinashe here for sending me this wig. Bye.